Okay, hey, we're here in Cameroon as part of our mission trip for 2015. We're here in Dimico. Part of what we're doing here is we're meeting with Dave and Stacy Hare. They are actually working with the Bakun people to come up with a written language. There's no written language for the Bakun people, and so they're doing some very, very serious mission work here. But part of what I want to talk about while we're here is I have met Bonnie while I've been here. And Bonnie is here staying for maybe a year with the Hare, so I'm going to allow her to talk just a little bit. So you just introduce yourself, and then I'm going to ask you a couple more questions.
Well, I'm Bonnie Markham. I'm 18 years old, and I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. And I'm the homeschool teacher for the Hare's 4 kids. I got an email from Dave and Stacy through our church. We attended the same church. Saying that they needed a homeschool teacher because they are in a very intense stage of language learning where they want to study for hours a day, and they couldn't do that with their kids. And schooling here is very bad, so there wasn't a way that they could send their children to school here. They couldn't get a good education, so they really wanted a homeschool. So I got the email and
here you
decided
are.
to go.
Here you are. And that's a huge part. It allows Dave and Stacy to be able to do their job here as missionaries. And so what you're doing is as important to the gospel as what they're doing. And so as a young person, that means a lot to me. But you're in Africa. You know, that's a crazy change from being in Kentucky. So what would you say has been, I guess, the hardest part about living in Africa?
Hardest part is definitely spiritual dryness, in that I don't know the language, I don't speak French. Most of the churches here don't preach the true gospel. We're blessed to be at a church that does, but I still don't speak the language. And there aren't any friends. There aren't even any friends that speak my language, let alone Christian friends. So that's been the hardest thing.
Wow. Okay, so as we sit here and kids are playing and the birds are chirping, she's in Africa, you know. And so would you encourage other maybe high school seniors to do something like this, maybe take a year before they go to college and come and to experience something like this?
Definitely. It's really hard. You have to really want it to come. It's not a vacation. Don't do it for fun. It's hard. Yeah, I've feared definitely like being broken but it's definitely been worth it. Being with people like Dave and Stacy, they're very encouraging. I get to see their mission work, them on the field. I get experience homeschooling. I get to teach. There are many benefits and they outweigh.
Yeah, and thank you for your service, your courage, your strength. When I came in here, I seen you, and I could see Christ in you. And so don't think that even though you feel alone here, you're not. And so what you're doing is a wonderful thing. And so I thank you, and I'll be able to tell other teenagers about this story. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, questions from the audience.
Okay.
The process of getting here. I mean, what did you have to do? You went through World Team?
I did go through World Team. There were a few different complications there, but I ended up finally getting to go, and I went through a 3-day training where they just asked me a lot about my spiritual life. They want to make sure that you're not spiritually dry before you come, because if you aren't, then you will be now. It's really hard. They don't want to send anybody and have them break when they get over here. And then they let you know different culture things that you're going to experience. Not speaking the language, there's just lots of different things with the way men and women interact, just different foods, everything. Went through them. They took care of everything, visa, things like that, but I also had to get immunizations, yay. Lots of paperwork, but working with World Team was really great.
Was it very expensive?
It was, but it's definitely worth it to come here and spend the year here.
So something like your starting expenses, plane tickets, paperwork, and then per month it's what?
It's about $300 per month.
Do you have people that support you?
I raised all my support before I came.
Okay. So other people gave money so you could be here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's 18.
Yeah.
She
Was
did
that
all this. At
was that hard to do?
That's unbelievable.
Raise the support.
I used a lot of stuff that my parents had set aside for college.
Okay.
I hadn't really been planning on going to college, and I figured if I could raise money for that.
Absolutely. Praise the Lord.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Is it they let you teach your kids with a southern dialect?
They do. Yep.
Okay.
I do use y'all. I try not to, but it just slips out sometimes.
Yeah.
Southern
it has
Cameroon.
to. Okay. So, anything else, John? You got anything for these characters? No. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.